Something fishy going on in Frisco, Texas. High school kid Karmelo Anthony. By the way, shout out the other Karmelo Anthony. Charged with first degree murder for stabbing another kid, Austin Metcalf, also 17. First degree murder. You already know where this is going. Karmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf. And you know, there's nothing more that people love in the United States than a good old barn burning rice to bite. So let's go ahead and get it. Apparently on April the 2nd around 10 a.m., an altercation took place because Metcalf was trying to tell Karmelo he can't sit somewhere. I ain't even going to go there, but can't sit somewhere. That's interesting. Now, Karmelo has said, I think this is reports, this is according to the Austin American Statesman. Karmelo has says, I was protecting myself. He even asked, is that guy gonna be okay? And while he was in custody, he said, I'm not alleged. I did it. Now, the internet is cooking right now. There's a lot of comments kind of questioning what's going on. And I'm going to take you guys to a Will Kane interview with the brother. And this is the day that it went down.
How could this thing that seems like is not on the menu of possibilities could happen? Again, I was at a track meet, by the way, on Tuesday. This is not something you think could ever happen. How did it happen?
So it was a really bad storm in the morning, and they had a lot of delays. And me, my brother, a couple of kids were walking back from the field house of the middle school because we attended that middle school when we went to middle school, and we were saying hello to old coaches and catching up with them. And then we're walking back to our stand. We put our tent up so all the bleachers were right there, were not wet from all the rain. We come back, we sit down, and this kid said something behind me. I've never met this kid in my entire life. I never knew who he was. Said something just inappropriate and uncalled for. And I turned around and asked him who he was. He started getting really aggressive.
Kid says something inappropriate. Other kid says, who are you? Okay.
Brother stepped in. He started being, how he always is with me, just brothers, just having my back. And
Austin steps in, just, doing what he always does, has his back. What does that look like? The two Metcalf brothers having each other's back after Karmelo says, I wonder what that looks like.
Things started getting more higher intensity, and the kid said some aggressive stuff, reckless stuff, and also try to handle the problem. And
then
the kid said more reckless stuff, and Austin tried to handle the problem.
Always wanted to step up. He always was wanting to step up and be the person that would do the right thing. And he was doing the right thing by saying to this gentleman that you're not supposed to be in this tent. This is because they have personal items there.
A lot of stuff gets stolen, just like that, just precautions and stuff. And our coaches always told us, don't let, other schools, mess with us.
Make sure you say something about the personal items. Make sure when you get on the Will Kane show, say something like, because there's personal items and you can't sit there because there's personal items and they could go missing. My bad. Okay, got you. So it's a stormy day. You guys got the tent up. And then y'all telling Karmelo he can't sit there because there's stuff there. But I forgot about the part. What happened to the part where he was just sitting there and Karmelo just randomly said some inappropriate stuff to him? Like, I'm kind of confused right now. You know what I'm saying? And this kid, Carmelo, is like, he's not saying nothing. He's in the like he's not in the media. His family hasn't spoke out. Ooh, he got some stand your ground going the opposite way. I think that's what's going on.
Stuff just sit around our tent area, and we set that up for the girls' track every meet we had. So it's just like he knew he wasn't supposed to be there, and he was just a tragedy what happened.
And then what happened, Austin? After your brother stepped up, what happened then?
He stepped up over there, asked him to move, got aggressive. He grabbed the bag, and then I whipped my head around, and then all of a sudden I see him running down the bleachers, just grabbing his chest, and just blood rushing out. He said, he got stabbed. He got stabbed.
I'm trying to make sense out of that. What happened?
Up. What happened then?
He stepped up over there, asked him to move, got aggressive. He grabbed the bag, and then I whipped my head around, and then all of a sudden I see him running down the bleachers, just grabbing his.
It got aggressive. He grabbed the bag. I don't know if you guys heard that little voice in the back. It sounds like this poor kid was coached, because he sounded like he doesn't know how to lie. Like, I got an 11-year-old nephew, and I don't want him to lie, but like, damn, his lie game's a little bit better. His lie game's, I guess, on the level of a 17-year-old, because this kid's stumbling.
Just a tragedy what happened.
And then what happened, Austin? After your brother stepped up, what happened then?
He stepped up over there, asked him to move, got aggressive. He grabbed the bag, and then I whipped my head around, and then all of a sudden I see him running down the bleachers, just grabbing his chest.
Okay, so here's what we know. Since that interview, the only thing that has been covered with regard to this is just the father. The father had a whole tell-all interview, and the comment warriors on the internet are investigating, and they think something's up. I saw comments like, how are y'all so quick to talk to the media after something so devastating? Like, that's crazy. Like, the kid just died. Like, y'all are talking to Fox, the local Fox, Channel 7, you know what I'm saying? Really getting the narrative out there. This was a good kid. Like, you would think they would take a couple days to mourn, but they're doing interviews on the regular. Something's a little fishy with that. And for this kid to be claiming full well, hey, I did it, something seems up. There's been a GoFundMe. I'm going to put the link in the description. There's been a GoFundMe for this kid. His name is Karmelo Anthony. I think the goal was 300,000, and they're at 260 something K. GoFundMe has deleted all of the users. I don't believe that right now. Give, Send, Go. Yeah, $300,000 page. Oh, so it's called Give, Send, Go. I'm gonna find the link for it and put it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? But they have raised more than $320,000 for Karmelo Anthony, the teen that had been arrested for stabbing fellow 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. I think a lot of people think he stood his ground. I don't know what you guys think in the comments. I mean, like, I'd like to cover this a little bit more. But yeah, thanks for taking us in. Subscribe to the channel. You already know. It's plus 100, because that's the only way to keep it, baby.